Braum is one of the most underrated characters in this game. Could it be because he's a big body character, or because he was always considered the worst character in the game, or just the fact that most people find other Tuxedo characters more interesting, gameplay or design wise. But in case you're one of those that loves Braum like me, here's a couple tips to help you improve. I'm a Season 0 Grandmaster Braum, so I can 100% help you improve with him. I know he looks easy at the start since he's really good against smashers, so really good against low level players, but once you go against high level or even decent level players, things get more complicated. Anyways, let's start. Okay, so the first tip is gonna be related to actually tagging and your pressure. With Braum, you had to play in a very specific way to have constant pressure, because on his own he's not the best character out there, right? So you need to put this thought in your head that constant tag means constant pressure. I'm gonna demonstrate here what I can do with Braum Warwick. Braum Warwick is my main team, and as you guys are gonna see, just by constantly tagging between characters after I use my assist gives me so much pressure with Braum. So something like that. So as you guys can notice, before doing the assist, I was doing different mix-ups and then covering with assist. So if my opponent blocks it, you just keep your pressure going and going. Obviously, there's a way to stop everything that I was doing, because again, it's a mix, so it's like a guess game. But as you guys notice, if you have a decently long block stream pressure and then you use assist into tag, and then you do the same thing like a long block stream pressure with your other character, you can keep tagging and tagging and tagging, and every time you tag and switch characters is a new mix. And also obviously all this block stream pressure with the combination of assist and then tag constantly is gonna end up putting the opponent in the corner, and that's what you always want in general in a fighting game. But as you guys know, with Braum is way more important, because if you have the unbreakable and you're in the corner, Braum really shines because he becomes scary. This tip I think is the most important one, because once I understood how to do this, my Braum team was way better. It's like something clicked. The next tip that I'm gonna give you is use force shield or back shield a lot in neutral. So what you have to do a lot in neutral is use a force shield, but not just a force shield alone. You have to use it with your assist. For example, Warwick here. So this is a tool that is really good, because if your opponent is gonna dash in and press, you can actually punish them pretty easily and you get a full combo. So as you guys can see, Braum protected the assist, and now the assist can get in and get a full combo. So as you guys can see, just because he protected your assist, you get a lot of damage there. Obviously this has a weakness, which is throws and also cross-ups, but this is still a really good tool, because if you constantly do this into assist, you're gonna get a full combo. And then if the opponent is like, oh, this Braum is always doing forward shield in neutral, I'm gonna, instead of running and pressing, I'm gonna run and throw, right? It's like you condition the opponent to run and throw instead of pressing. You wait for them to do this, and you jump and you get another full punish, because you condition your opponent into thinking that you were gonna do the shield again. So yeah, this is really important. You need to use this a lot. It's really important. The next tip that I'm gonna give you is play strike throw. So in case you don't know what strike throw means, it's a mix-up. So instead of using the classic overhead low, you're gonna use strike throw. So strike will be doing a combo, and throw will be using your command grab in this case. So for example, what you're gonna do is play strike throw after a certain button. So use your 5L, which is your fastest button, and then after this you condition the opponent to guess. So you do this and then you do command grab into, for example, this super, which in case you don't know, you can use super after the command grab, and as you can see, it does a lot of damage for being a command grab. Or you can do strike. So the way I do strike is do this, and then I press again and I do my pressure. I'm gonna put by to mash because she thinks that I'm gonna do command grab, right? So she wants to punish me for doing command grab. And as you guys can see, if the opponent gets wrong, because they thought I was gonna do command grab, we get a full combo here. Okay, and now for the situation that the opponent is like, okay, now I'm gonna guess that the Braum is gonna do strike again, so they're gonna do this, so I'm just gonna block. And then you decide to do command grab. Obviously you get them, you start blocking, and you get this damage. So again, this, like any mix, it's a guess game between you and the opponent. So obviously this is not a thing that you're gonna win every single time. You guys remember that I said that if you're gonna play Braum, you have to always be tagging. So I do this into Braum. And then once we tag to Braum, he's gonna play strike throw here. So we do this. 5L. Strike throw. We do low of Warwick. 5L, right. So as you guys can see, this mix also works, and you have to do it once you use assist Braum into tag. You have to micro dash a little bit if you guys pay attention. There, you have to micro dash, because if you only do 5L right away, you're a bit far away, as you guys can see. So my tip to do this properly, obviously you have to go and go to the training mode to learn the timings, but this is how you have to use your assist with Braum most of the time. This is really important, so you guys really need to learn this. Okay, so the next tip is gonna be more related to mid-level to high level, which is why I mentioned that playing Braum at this level is more complicated, and it's because people are more aware of the weaknesses of Braum. So one of the big weaknesses is that obviously he has very slow buttons that you're gonna be using a lot because they have a lot of range, but since they're pretty slow, you can react with them with parry. And as you guys can see, once you parry, you get a full combo. So how do we punish this? You have to bait your opponent into thinking that you're gonna do the follow-up. So for example, there you go. So the opponent did parry thinking that you were gonna do 6H again, right? But you didn't. You waited, and then you get a full punish. Once you get to decent level, if you're just doing autopilot 6H, 6H all the time and 5H, 5H, everyone is gonna parry you and kill you. So please learn this because it's very important for the character. Okay, so for this tip, we're gonna talk about something that if you do it differently, it's gonna maximize your damage in Braum combos. As you guys know, once you get the Unbreakable, if you press S2 while having this buff, you get this, right? But this is actually not good to use in combos. So we're gonna put Braum in the corner and we're gonna do this combo, right? Into super, right? So that did 472 damage. Now what we're gonna do is that instead of using this, we're gonna use down S2. So this thing. Okay, we're gonna do the same startup, but we're gonna do 2 S2 here instead of 5 S2. We're gonna do this into super, right? So it's a very similar combo to the other one. And as you guys can see, the damage is better. You have to use the 2S2 to get more damage. This is something that I never see Braum players do in their combos when they have the Unbreakable. So please, it's something that is gonna maximize your damage and you need to learn. You need to get used to that. So the last tip that I'm gonna give you guys is just gonna be related to BMBs or combos. So I'm gonna show you guys these combos that I always use. So that will be everything for today's video. If you guys want to see me play Braum, go and check my Twitch. Also, if you're an enjoyer of any type of fighting game, I'm probably gonna be playing it there. I play like a ton of fighting games on stream. I hope this guy really helped all the Braum enjoyers. I hope we become more and more. And I will see you guys in the next time. Bye bye everyone.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets.